How to install Windows 7 from the network. Is it possible to install Windows 7, current RTM version, on a computer without using removable media like DVD or USB? The first thing that comes to my mind is through the network, but I don't have experience of doing a fresh install of Windows 7 via the network. How to install Windows 7 via the network without any removable media. P.S. I know some may think that doing so is just a waste of time and it's easier to do it with removable media, but in the current situation the target PC neither has CD/DVD drive nor supports booting from USB. And in addition to that, the target computer is connected to the network via a wireless connection. I don't know if it will cause any problems with the installation.
I just did this, the 1st of April 2011, and this question consistently ranked high in my Googling, so I'll throw down a way after the fact answer, with the notes about what I learned. Hopefully this will fill in some blanks. Source OS was Win7x64. Source machine. This machine must have a static int4 address. This example will use 192.168.0.1. This machine must have a Windows installation in a shared folder somewhere. This example will use ./win7. This example will log into the source machine with user test and password test. Used for boot to fire up a DHCP server, give an IP to a computer when requested. This will also start a TFTP server for all of the file transfers. There should be a folder called boot / in the boot directory which contains an installation of Windows Pay. Start tftpd64.x or tftpd32x, open the settings, use default settings and change. IP pool starting address whatever, the pool of IPs to draw from. Size of pool, must be an GT2. Boot file, boot /cboot.com, will dump into Windows Pay environment. Masked 255.255.255.0 works fine. Uncheck ping address before assignation. Check bind DHCP to this address. Restart the program to ensure changes are in effect. Receiver machine. Run a network boot from the receiver machine. The DHCP server will assign an IP. The boot file will be transferred and run. Press F12 to tell Windows Pay to do something. Wait a while, 30 to 60 seconds. A command prompt will appear and load. Wait until a cursor is available. A drive must be assigned to the root folder on the source machine. To do this, a username of a user on the source machine and password must be entered. Navigate over to the new directory, z:\/ and fire away. Commands will have a long delay, but should work eventually. Links. This URL, DHCP server x86 or x64, no boot \dir. And Alt, you'll have to get a legal copy of WIMP. Search on Microsoft's website for the Windows 8 Automated Installation Kit. It will have WIMP in it, and you can use that as the boot image, wimp.win. This URL. Troubleshooting. If you run into an error, autorun.dll could not be loaded or is corrupt setup cannot continue error code 0xC1. This means your version of WIMP is mismatched with your Windows ISO. Type there at the WIMP prompt. you'll get something like 6. Here's a rough table of VAIR to Win version to Windows ISO. Windows 8 links. Windows 8 for Windows 7. Windows 8 for Windows Vista. Windows Assessment and Deployment Kit, ADK, for Windows 8. Windows Assessment and Deployment Kit, Windows ADK, for Windows 8.1 update.
See the following article: How to install Vista on a M200 without a CD drive using TFTP. This contains detailed instructions for network installation using Vista, and should work for Win 7 as well, and the setup may be applicable for yours. Your computer needs to support booting for this to work. Read also the comments after the article, they seem pertinent.
Everyone who has tried this can testify how hard it is to pull it off. Recently, I had the same problem to solve, and I have done lots of reading and testing. In the end, the simplest tool for the job is Server. At least in my opinion. But even Server is prone to failure. You will need a lot of work to get it to work. Also, its documentation is rather poorly structured and technical. So it is not that easy to understand how to set it up. That's why I decided to give it a try and document the whole process myself, including the issues people are most likely to encounter. Since the whole thing is so complex, I published a long step-by-step guide, how to install any version of Windows from other network computers. I hope some people will find it useful.
You'll need the Microsoft Deployment Toolkit 2010, MDT 2010. And here's a tutorial, deploying Windows 7.
If you want to support the channel, please consider subscribing.